Good morning or good afternoon, traders. Thanks for waiting around for this broadcast. I apologize for the delay in starting. We're about 14 minutes late. It's 8:14 a.m. Chicago time, 9:14 Eastern on Monday, the 11th of December, 2017. We're almost halfway into the month here. Month is expected to close strong. We'll see how that goes. Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. The stance of the market overnight is fairly strong on the relatively strong on the. Actually, it's mixed at the moment with RBOB and crude oil. Leading the pack, RBOB's up 0.47% and crude up 0.4%. The indices are just slightly stronger. The S&P is trading higher than where it was on Friday by 3 ticks. The laggard today again is the British pound, down 0.24% or 32 pips lower. And the Euro stocks and the DAX are weaker this morning. That's where we stand as far as the news flow. There was an incident that was reported this morning in Manhattan. Police and fire trucks responding and so on. Not sure what's going on there yet, but that's what I saw on my feed, my news alerts. Other than that, there's not much else to talk about other than the fact that Bitcoin launched yesterday on the Chicago Futures Exchange under the CBOE. The symbol is XBT. The front month or the front contract is January 2018. The full symbol is XBT F8 or F18, depending on your feed. It traded in an interesting way. It has some circuit breakers. The contract has some circuit breakers which kicked in very quickly and shut off trading for about 2 minutes. I believe the volatility circuit breakers 10%, which this product can get through very, very fast. As you see on the bottom left corner of your screen there, this is a live feed from my GDAX Bitcoin account. Bitcoin's up 7.9 or 8% or because it moves so fast. So 10% was kind of tight for the exchange. Very interesting to see. Other than that, there's really not much more to talk about as far as backward-looking news. And but looking forward, today we were expecting the U.S. JOLTS job openings. This is a release that tells us how many jobs are listed and still unfilled. Expecting 6.093 million. That comes out at 10 o'clock Eastern. Other than that, not seeing too much on deck for the news. For the rest of the week, because it is Monday, Tuesday, we're looking for CPI, PPI, RPI in the UK. We're looking for the ZOO survey, which is an important figure. Bottom left, you should be seeing a Bitcoin update. Anyway, it's just a portion of the screen. It's just the bottom left. Anyway, then Tuesday, we're looking for a U.S. PPI core monthly budget statement. Wednesday, we're looking for a rate decision. Rate decision from the Fed plus CPI. Euro employment, industrial production, German CPI, and Fed's Yellen's comments. So Wednesday's a big day. ECB rate on Thursday, so that's another big one. Just a ton. Let me just say it's a ton of stuff on Thursday. You can look it up. And on Friday, Eurozone trade balance, U.S. Empire manufacturing, industrial production, ECB Nowotny. So the bottom line is. There's a lot to be attentive to this week. So there's likely to be a feed of data and news throughout the week. Let's take a look. Here's what I expected on Friday. This is the primary plan for Friday. Okay, so looking at I was looking for the market to make a responsive attempt sideways and downwards into 2647 quarter, then looking for a bounce higher into 2655, consolidated 2655, and potentially push to 2659. Again, we continue this push higher on this product. I'm looking for it to make new highs. Remember, we talked about this since Wednesday of last week, that we're likely to start pushing up, so shorts should be concerned. But overall, I'm looking for this to continue higher going forward. And this is what we expected on the primary scenario. The secondary scenario was responsive, was looking for it to fail to continue higher against 2655. Again, 2655 carries over. Oops, hang on. 2655 carries over from right here, from last Monday, and it was expected to be resistance. So failure to push through brings in the sellers. As buyers get exhausted, we find sellers around the 2655 area, push back to 2640, and then consolidate into the close. Remember, it's non-farm payroll Friday. Non-farm payrolls Friday, and so it is. We're looking at turning quiet later in the session. On the third plan for the day is an attempt higher that ends up pushing down into the prior day's high at 2644, and then consolidating for the rest of the session. And that's what I'm looking for right there. Here's what actually happened. So what we had is the market did push to 2655 on the dot. Remember that. And remember, I'm carrying that level over from last Monday. Pushes 2655 on the dot, pulls back, consolidates. It never is able to push to 2659 and consolidate there. So that part of the plan, the first part of the plan, worked out on Hypo 1 or Scenario 1. We did leave a gap zone beneath us. We did bounce right off of the midpoint of the gap there that I had during the trader bite. I was looking for 2647, if you recall, and that turned out to be the bottom. So the bottom and the top for the first rotation were fairly on. However, the market could not generate any interest upwards as expected, 2659. So sitting through a long for quite some time that didn't resolve itself. What we ended up with on Friday is a weak high and consolidation into the high. We have a double top, a bona fide double top at the high. Again, just like double top at the IB, those have a fairly low probability of hanging in there. So the expectation with Friday's close is that the auction was interrupted on the close. We expect a higher high in the Globex session, which we got, 2658.50. Still can't get to 2659, our key target of Friday, the main target for that trade on Friday, and we're still consolidating. So that's what we've got on Friday. So scenario number 1 was in play, but we didn't quite get the job finished. Again, non-farm payrolls Friday. As I said on Friday morning, we expect traders to take off kind of early. It goes dead pretty early, and so you end up with a strong consolidation usually, and a very quiet Monday, which is where we are. Overnight, high kurtosis, very balanced profile. The market didn't do anything or go anywhere except to push higher into 2658.50 and is sitting sideways. We're trading right in the core of the profile overnight, right on the mid. And we're holding below VPOC on 120,000 contracts. I want to remind you that this week is rollover week. Rollover continues through the week, and we have expiration Friday. We have quad witching Friday this week, so there's likely to be quite a bit of volume coming in and gyrating positions, delta hedging, pinning, stuff like that. So look for that. So this is traditionally a fairly low volatility week by statistical standards. So I'm not expecting too much this week. I expect the market to grind higher into expiration and into the end of the month. But we'll see. That's based on a seasonality. The grind higher is based on a seasonality. So on the overnight session, we don't have very much. We just know that the market consolidated, pretty good volume, not high, not low, just right in line. And so that's what we're looking for. What does that lead us to, since we all need to go here and get ready to trade? That leads us into an open auction out of range that is likely to fail lower, push down into what is a valid value area down here at 26.53. I'm expecting some support. I'm expecting this to pop up, but I'm looking for a completely sideways trade, probably around 7 points of range. Statistically, looking for about 7 points from the bottom to the top. So if the bottom's 53, then we're looking at 61 for a high. So we're looking for this to grind on its way up to 61 and to hold steady into last week's opening price. So we've recovered this whole dip again, dip down, push back up, a cup and handle type of formation. We've seen this over and over in this product. That is the primary scenario. If we get if we get the energy from the overnight session, that kurtosis dissipating, we're likely to see an impulse up early on. All of that energy dissipating into 26.59, pushing up into 61.63, and then a push lower into the close. I'm not expecting the market to run away today at all. Again, non-farm payroll Monday is the Monday after non-farm payrolls is generally not so active. I will be watching Bitcoin futures. They didn't trade all that much yesterday. I believe it was around 900 contracts or something. I haven't looked at it, but I am paying attention to that product. It has a $10 tick and it's moving 6-7 ticks at a time. So there's a lot of bang there, a lot of leverage, and it's very, very risky. It's not suitable for all investors. Pay attention if you're trading it. But I am watching that product, and I'll try to comment on it if there is something to comment on. If I see an edge in trading the future versus the cash, I will share that with you, hopefully over the next several weeks or a couple months as it develops. I'll leave you with that. My time is up. Sorry about the late start. Good luck today, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Take care.